Hello, you're welcome to the e-SellerBookKeeper software. This e-SellerBookKeeper software is an all-in-one sales and management software that is used for selling items in your supermarkets or your wholesale and retail shops. It can also be used to generate and keep your sales reports, your refunds reports, and your accounting records automatically without manual calculations. Now the features and the functionalities of this software will be shown as we go through the demonstration process. However, I would like to summarize the main features of the software. These are the things that the software does. It handles your stock or your order management. So we call that stock or order management section. It also handles your point of sale. It takes care of your inventory or your catalog management. It handles your suppliers or your vendors. It's used to generate various reports, including sales and refunds reports. It has an administration section whereby users are managed and given the right permissions to use. It is also compatible with barcode reader so that it can be easily used for searching for items for sale, especially in supermarket where so many customers come there at a time, so that it can speed up the sales process. SMS has been integrated, SMS module, text messaging, so that in case the owner of the shop is not always in the shop, a report can be sent to his phone via text message every day or every month, depending on what they choose or they decide on. It's also very user-friendly, and it has discount settings. You can allow discounts as and when you want. We also integrated a special financial accounting module which can be integrated per request, which handles trial balance, balance sheets, profit and loss statement, and all your accounting needs. For this, an accountant can be trained to use. It also gives user roles and then access level restrictions and authorization, so that not just any person can use, but an authorized person with proper credentials, username and password. Now we want to begin the demonstration so that you can really see the software in action. This is a login screen, and before you log in or before a user logs in, the person has to obtain a user details, that is username and password, from the administrator. That means that the owner of the shop will have to authorize someone like a salesperson or an accountant or a data clerk to be able to use it. So let's assume that we are logging in as a manager. So logging in as a manager, you enter your username, then you enter your password. So if the credential is correct, it will log you into the system. Now this is the welcome screen or the home page of the software, where we will call it a dashboard. Dashboard in the sense that the first tile or the first panel summarizes your sales details for the day, every day, and the next one handles your items or your inventory, as well as the stock levels. The human resource aspect handles your employees and their user accounts. The following one, that is the suppliers or your vendors, where you buy your items from. You can keep record, including their telephone numbers for easy contact or proper management. This is the regular point of sale, which will be used most often. Point of sale. Each of these tiles, when you click, it takes you to a link, or it takes you to a page where you can use it. This is our accounting module that we talked about earlier. Now take note, you can use these tiles to accomplish any task you want. Similarly, or alternatively, you can use these menus. See, company setup, point of sale has some sub menus under them: catalog, stock, suppliers, reports, accounting, and all that. So that is the dashboard for you. This is where you log out from. You manage your accounts. You can switch the system to a full screen mode and all that. You can switch between branches. That is, if branching has been enabled in the settings for you. Now let's do a quick sale and see something. When you come to your dashboard as a manager, you see this: sales made 0, profit 0, amount paid 0, balance remaining 0. That is for today, 11th November 2015. And your company name will replace this when we set it up for you. Now let's click on this link and see a little details. It was 0. Sales for today was 0. No sales have been made, and that is why it's saying that no data found, no record found. However, you can select a period. When you click on this, it gives you a starting date, which is like a calendar, and then an ending date, which is a calendar. So if I say maybe the whole month, like let's pick last month, October 1st, to maybe October maybe 31st, and we are viewing the report for all the staff. You can narrow down to a particular staff or all the staff members. Now if I say view reports, it's going to generate reports: sales made within this period. On the 7th October, 3 sales were made, and then on the 27th, 1 was made by Edward, and the person who made it, the amount due, discount given, amount payable, cost price, profit, amount paid, balance remaining. And you can view the details of the sales. If you click on something like this, you see that 2 items were sold, and each one has its unit cost, and then the selling price, and the quantity, then the total, and the payment that was made are all recorded. However, you can anytime generate your receipts by just clicking on the print receipt. You can also view the discount that was given in case a discount was given. Let's come back to our dashboard by clicking on home. We want to do a sale. You see, we have 0 now. We want to do a sale. We want to sell an item. I click on point of sale and you click on sell item. You see what I clicked, you can equally come here, point of sale, sell item, and the same form will come. Now when you are here, you don't need to click anything. You just type your item, begin typing the name. Also, if you have a barcode reader and you've connected to your machine, that is, when you are adding the items, you specify the barcode, and hence you can use a barcode reader to read, and it will bring the item. But for the time being, let's just sell an item like milk. As you type MIL, it brings you all items that contains MIL. If I bring K, it will narrow down the search. If I remove the K and I bring O, it will bring me Milo. Now Milo, the price is 11 cedis. This is the dummy data, and we have 125 tins remaining. So if I two ways of selling, I can press the tab and it will highlight this one for me. And I press enter, then it sells. Or I can also click on the sell if I want to use the mouse. So now that the Milo is highlighted, let me just press enter. It sells an item for me. By default, it will sell 1, and it will tell me the amount. In case the person tells me, oh, add one more, I can click on this, increase quantity by 1. I click on it, the quantity becomes 2. If the person said I should add one more, I can still click to become 3. Then it will do the calculation for us to show us the total. In case the person wants to reduce it, maybe say, oh, sorry, remove 1, I need only 2. You can reduce it by 1 and it will do the recalculation for you all the time. Now, for example, the person needs another thing. He needs milk. In addition to the Milo, he needs milk. So I'll type my milk. Maybe he needs the one which is 3 cedis, and the quantity is 78. Take note, if I click on the cell, it was 78. Now it has reduced to 77. You see, if I still sell another milk, it will mean that I've sold 2. So out of the 78, we now have 78 in stock. So the stock reduces live whilst you sell. And in case the person tells you, oh, you reduce the milk by 1, if I reduce, it will now come back to 77. It means that the sale was no more 2, it's now 1. And hence it will come and update the stock for us, so that at any point in time the stock level in the system should correspond to your actual physical stock level in the warehouse. Now, assuming we are done selling, this is what someone is buying. We have a total amount of 25 Ghana cedis. Maybe the person gave you 30 cedis, so you type the 30. It will show the change to be given. You just press enter, it will record the payments, and it will show that the person is not owing, and it will give you the details of the sale. These dates, cash was paid, the payment reference, that is the invoice number, and then the person who received it, and no discount was given. Amount payable was supposed to be 25, but the person turned in an amount of 30 cedis, change of 5 was given, no refund has been made so far, so the amount paid is this and balance. In case the person wants a receipt, you click here, it generates a receipt. You see, Milo was 2, milk is 1, the totals are there, and when you multiply the 11 by 2, you get 22. When you add it, you get a subtotal of 25 Ghana cedis, and what he paid and the balance and everything shows here. Then you can click here to just send a command to the printer for printing. So it's as easy as that. Okay, sales has been made. It can be used in the supermarket or any other retail or wholesale shops. In case you want to give out a discount, you come here, then you indicate. In case you want to give an amount as a discount, maybe 5 instead of 25, I want to give 5. See, to show me the percentage, it means I'm giving 20% out of the 20% off the 25 amount. Okay, in case I want to give a percentage, maybe if I say 100%, it means that I'm giving everything out for free. If I say 50%, so 50%, to show me that then I'm giving 12.5%. If I say 20, it means I'm giving 5 Ghana cedis out. So it will do the calculation for me. That is discount. Then if you are convinced or you are okay, you click on save discount. It will do that. Now let's come back to our dashboard after this sale has been made. When I click here, it will have updated the dashboard with the current information. Sales made is 25 Ghana cedis, and a profit of 3 cedis have been made, because we know the system keeps track of the cost price and also the selling price, and hence it can calculate the profit you are making instantly. Then amount paid, and then no balance is remaining. There's a link, and when you click, it takes you to the sales details, the date the sales was made, and any other detail you want, and even the item you sold. If you click here, gives you milk and Milo and the payments. You can in it, and then after sales have been made, you can refund in case the person brings the item back, and in case your policy allows you to receive returns inward, or items that have been refunded or brought back for refund. Then you do that. You just come here. If it is the Milo that is returning, you just refund. If it is the milk, you can either refund one or refund all the two. So when you click it, to do a recalculation. Okay. Back to the dashboard. You see, whilst you see this, it shows you it's a report. So report on transaction for today, 11th November 2015 by all staff members, because you've not selected any staff. And you can do this. You can print the transaction and put it down. Okay, for record keeping sake, and it will give you every detail you need. You can also submit it to the owner of the shop by clicking submit today's report. This one will require an internet connection. Once you submit, you just unplug your internet. It uses an SMS gateway, and hence needs internet to send a message. Okay, but if you're using the system locally, then that is when you need the internet to send a text message. But in case you are not using it locally, but it's rather the online version, then before you even use the online version, you need internet, so you don't need to worry about the internet anymore. Now that is a sale for you. You just made a sale. Let's assume that the item you sold, I think the milk, you see the stock level has reduced, and hence maybe we've gone for more stock, we've gone for more items, and we want to update our stock. You come here to our items or inventory, you search for milk, MILK, press enter, it brings you the milk. You see the 77 because you sold one. It was 78, you sold one, it's 77 now. Maybe you want to update the stock. You brought maybe 10. So if you brought, so far we've sold, or we've brought 270 and we've sold, and the remaining is now 77. 270 remaining to 77. So it shows you everything. Now maybe you've brought 10 more. So when you type the 10, it updates the available quantity as well as the total order quantity. So when I save this transaction, this data, now I have available quantity of this. So when I go to the point of sale and I'm selling, and I look for milk, it will now show me 87 instead of the 77. So you see, the system keeps track of the stock as well. And as it does that, it has created a history because you just went and updated the stock. So when I click on stock history, it will show me that milk 10, new order quantity was 10, and then the total came to this, the available came to this, the price and the cost price are all showing, and then the date that you ordered and every detail will show. It will create a history for you for record keeping sake. You know, we mentioned that the system has a lot, like the interface. You can use these quick links to accomplish any task you want. When you want to view your staff, you can either come here, or on the dashboard you can click on employees. So here you can add a new user to the system by filling the details and giving the person a role, whether it's a data clerk, a salesperson, an accountant, you specify, and then the access level or the security level too. Not only that, you can edit a particular person's, like the salesperson's account by updating the records and saving. And then you can also change the permissions. You see, it is what you allow or you check that he sees when he logs in. So if I log in as a salesperson, which I'm going to do soon, I'm not going to see all these menus, okay, because we only gave the salesperson the ability, the point of sale. Even out of that, we gave him the ability to sell item, to look for, check the sales, check the end of day reports, and under the report we have this and few menu sub menus under accounting. So let's try logging out and log in as a salesperson. That is okay. Then we enter the password for the salesperson. So now we are in, and notice the difference or the changes. The salesperson can only handle point of sale, view few reports, and then accounting, some small sub menus under accounting. And even with the sales report, he can't be selecting the various stuff. He only views report for him alone. He will not be able to see sales made by another person or the manager. So if he even views a report for today, he will not see anything because he had not sold anything. The sales we made was made by the manager. It is only when he sells, see, no sales made for him. However, we can sell something right now. You see the tiles here, he is not seeing the tail tiles and the profit of the manager, no, or the owner. This link, when he clicks, nothing happens. As well as this, it only shows like read only. It's only the point of sale that takes him somewhere, because he will use that to sell. Now let's sell something, maybe oral glass cleaner. We press our tab, we highlight that, we press enter, we sell one. Let's assume we are selling only one. We enter the amount, maybe 10 cedis instead of 7, change of 3 cedis. Then we press enter. Now when I come back to the dashboard, you see it will still not show him, but when it comes to the reports and he views today's reports, again, at first it was empty or 0. Now he sees sales made by him. Yes, and he can submit the report and it will actually go to the owner's phone. Okay, so let's log out and go in as a manager again. Okay, we are in as manager, whereby we see so many things. When we view the reports as a manager, today's report, you see that the one the manager sold was 25 and the one the salesperson sold is 7. So it means that the manager will be able to see every transaction from anywhere and from anybody. So if the manager comes to the reports and viewing reports, you see he has the opportunity to select sales made by a particular person or everybody. Yes. Okay. Looking at the accounting, we have a special accounting as I mentioned. Yes, e-SellerBookKeeper accounting module, which handles the trial balance sheet and profit and loss account and all that. But because that accounting system needs a lot of training, especially accounting, someone with accounting background, we've done a simple thing for the salespeople who may not know much about accounting. So maybe they make expense, they take money from the shop or the company coffers, they make an expense and they want to record. In order not to go to the accounting system to obey any double entry principle, they just come here, additional expense, add additional expense. They specify the date that they made the expense, the amount they took out to buy, and then they explain what they use the money for. That is the narration, and they save. It will go to the accounting system and update the correct accounting or the ledgers. Similarly, if there is any additional income made aside the sales, the normal sales they make from the system, then they can also record the income here, similar to the expense. Okay. back to the dashboard. Our suppliers can be added and then updated here. Remember, when you come to the items or inventory, we show 10 at a time, but that is not the only record in the system. We have about 197 records, so we show 1 to 10. And when you go to the second page, it shows another 10 sets. Okay, so it means that we have so many. We have 20 different pages, each one showing 10. And then one remarkable thing about this is that it summarizes the stock value for us. It does a forecast and analysis. You see, those items here are not sold, but it projects into the future and tells you that by the time you sell all the items in stock, this is the amount you're anticipating, and this is the total cost price that you bought all the items, and hence this is the profit, the stock profit forecast, profit you're anticipating. So when we capture your items into the system, you can value your stock by using this part of the system. In case you have branches, we can set the system up for you. Then you use the system to manage all your branches, even if it's across the country. We have a settings part that we do that. But in case you have only one shop, one branch, then you don't need to activate the branching or the branch feature or functionality. Now you can change the settings. Okay, we shown discount, we allow discount. We can disable the discounts, hence the salesperson will not be able to give discount to anybody. You can also disable the date changing of the system. When you are selling, if you took note, you can change the date that the sales, that goes with the transaction that you are making, the date and also the time. But in case the manager does not want the salesperson to be able to change the date, then he can disable it from the settings. The reason why this date changing is there is that sometimes we know our power crisis, and sometimes you may not be able to enter your records into the system and the next day comes. However, you want to keep proper record with proper dates, so you would want to indicate that the item was sold yesterday, okay, not today. And hence when you make the sale, you select the item you sell, it's going to record yesterday's date so that it properly reflects the sales that were made yesterday before you now come to today, so that you wouldn't be recording yesterday's transaction to add it up to today's transaction. No, it will not give you accurate data, so we try to use the system to avoid that. Okay, this is a little overview of the retail system. User friendly, easy to use. We are looking forward to you calling for a setup for you, and the payment is also flexible. It has a flexible terms of payment and affordable, of course. So if you are interested, you just contact the numbers that will follow and the contact details through the email that will follow this demonstration, so that we will come over to set it up for you to use it in either your supermarket, your shop, whatever sales or retail business that you have. So we look forward to hearing from you, and we thank you for your time, and have a nice time. That is Jaway Institute IT Department having the e-SellerBookKeeper. That is a retail management software for you. Thank you very much for your time. Bye bye.